Hey water signs, welcome back to my channel. This is Jen with Lighthouse Oracle bringing you the energy forecast for the upcoming week. This is from today the 21st all the way till the 28th of March, but whenever you come across this reading there may be a message for you. So this is for all of my water signs, whether you are a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So we're gonna take a look at the tarot cards to give me an idea of what the incoming energy is looking like. We're also gonna use the oracle cards to get additional messages and advice from Spirit. And then we're going to close with the charms. So let's get into it. What does the upcoming week look like for water signs? And also happy astrological new year. We started Aries season, so you know, a big refreshing start from what was Pisces season. I know, especially for, you know, water dominant signs, water dominant placements, it could be really emotionally affecting you during the Pisces season and all the energies. I know I have, so. And I'm a Pisces moon, so that's, you know, how many commercials can you cry at? You know what I'm saying? And let's take a look. Okay, we're taking this. Okay, we have the Star, we have the King of Water, we have the Eight of Fire, we have the Nine of Water. I'm just gonna put it like I do, because these cards are bigger, so kind of hard to grasp to place them on my table. I need to get a bigger table at some point. Someday. Let's take a look. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water. Wow, do I see a pairing here? A little duo going on? I mean, this could be like very emotionally charged. In the sense of a love connection, perhaps, a romantic connection, a partnership including emotions, because, I mean, the waters, especially with the waters, King and Queen, that's a partnership, that's a pairing, also with the King and Queen of Cups. Ah, okay. The suit of water has a lot to do with our emotions and our compassions and our insights, and the more, you know, emotional our feelings. So there could be a King or Queen of Cups here. It could definitely be a partnership, like a soulmate type of a connection coming in this week. With the Star card here, the Star represents renewal and hope, and it's also interesting too, because the Star is ruled by Aquarius, or it's represented by Aquarius, and Aquarius is known as the water bearer. So with all of this water energy, and I'm doing the reading for water signs, you know, the Aquarius holds all of the emotion in its vessel, in this like vase almost, so that emotions don't cloud their logical judgment. And so and that's for Aquarians. So I feel like maybe perhaps this week could be super promising for you if you allow it to be. If you don't let your emotions kind of instead of like allowing your emotions to guide you instead of control you, if that makes sense. Because with the Eight of Air is represented by like the Eight of Swords. So Swords is very logical, thought-oriented energy, and the Eight of Swords is all about a mental cage, kind of like a trap, like blocked emotions. And I feel like this week is going to be not necessarily a test, but if you can overcome the feeling of, you know, thinking oh, it's too good to be true, or, you know, self-doubt, or those, you know, keeping keeping yourself in a mental trap, in a mental prison, then you can have like all of this abundance in the middle here, this partnership energy. The Eight of Fire is all about action and quick changes and things starting to take its course. The Nine of Cups, the Knight of Water is the Nine of Cups, so it's also all about abundance and self-fulfillment and your wishes coming true, all of these pearls and diamonds and stuff. But it will take for you to continue to have this sense of hope and not be in a place of imprisonment or like a trapped mental cage. If that makes sense. So that's really interesting. So, however this week goes is certainly up to you. And it all takes stepping out of your mental blockages. But as soon as you step out of that, I see like all this hope and, these quick changes coming in, all this, like this new sense of abundance for the self and things like that. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. If you just gotta, and I know for, water signs too, they're very emotion oriented. So it could be, it seems a lot easier said than done, but it'll take work. But it's not asking you to block your emotions completely. It's kind of allowing your emotions to, when you can pour all your emotions into this vase, that's not you. And then you can analyze what is in it. You can allow the emotions to guide you instead of, it showering all over you. And it's kind of like just dumping emotions on your head, like a heavy rainfall. That's what I'm picturing. And so things become a lot more clearer because it's, kept contained instead of just, and it'll bring a lot more clarity. And I feel like clarity is what you need in order to move forward. And clarity will help you get out of this mental trap because you're clear about things. You're no longer fuzzy. You're no longer in the fog. So, and also I see a ton of this blue energy here. So the throat chakra, speaking your truth. What is authentic to you? And of course, because it's the Nine of Cups here too, it's like being authentic to your, not only these energies is both the masculine and feminine energies. The King of Cups is very compassionate and understanding, and the Queen of Cups is very nurturing and, loving and that unconditional love. And pairing that together, it brings like such a harmonious balance in how we use our emotions and how we allow our emotions to do better things for the good, for your highest good. So let's look into your oracle cards and take a look at what other messages Spirit has for you, water signs, for this upcoming week. What advice? Okay, more of this watery. Nothing is set in stone. So if you take a look, see that? Nothing is yet set in stone. So what that definitely means is, maybe this week will be a test of how well you can get yourself out of this mental prison. Because, it could be small inconveniences and things like that. Maybe plans not working out as swiftly as you'd like it to. But just knowing that this too shall pass, and is what I'm getting heavy of. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's not forever. These challenging times aren't forever. And so keeping that hope, that sense of positivity and hopefulness alive will be very important for this incoming week. And knowing that all waves settle, a wave comes and goes, but we either have to ride the wave or we're going to get taken by the wave. So, but at the end of the day, this too shall pass. Ooh, okay, this is loneliness. And it says, when you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude, and that's when kindred spirits can finally come. And perhaps, maybe too, this can be, because it's more blue here, so water signs may be very focused on the idea of a partnership this week, and maybe that's what's keeping you in a mental cage as well. But knowing that you're never actually alone, and when you start to embrace that aloneness as not being lonely, then you start to feel a lot more self-appreciation for yourself and self-fulfillment for yourself, instead of looking towards another half, because you yourself are whole. So that's really interesting. That's very cool. Yeah, just recognizing you're not actually alone. You know, you can be in a crowded room and feel alone, and you can also be by yourself and feel the most connected, you know. So let's look at another card, and we'll get into charms as well. I'm sorry if I'm like sounding a little off today. I just got like a really intense headache, and that's like sort of coming down, but I wanted to do these readings for you guys. So, yep. Let's see. This is the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. All of the decks that I use can be found in the description box down below as well. But let's see what form of self-care can definitely be the most beneficial for water signs for this incoming week. What is the energy? What is a form of self-care for water signs? Highest good for this incoming week. Read. Okay, so number 42 is the read card, and so perhaps getting yourself, you know, more engaged with books. I know right now we're still in a pandemic and a panorama. Other things are like lightening up, things are starting to turn again. I feel like, you know, we still need to be safe, and if you want to like go travel and do things, but you also don't want to, you can travel in your mind. Allow your imagination to take its course, you know. Have that fairy tale adventure that you want to go on through a book, you know. Get yourself lost in the reading and the text, and, you know. And that too will help you feel a lot less lonely, because you're connected with the book and the pages and the characters, and allow yourself to immerse into that energy of adventure and chance and hope. And, you know, it's kind of like, I'm getting like an image of when you're in like a party and no one's dancing, and suddenly like the three people start dancing, or, you know, or the opposite, you know, everyone's dancing, everybody's having a good time, and you're kind of a little shy, and you're just like, I don't know, I don't know how to dance, or, you know, it's not my thing. But then, you know, the energy of the room and everyone having a good time, it starts to get to you. You start tapping your toes a bit, you start, you know, and eventually you immerse yourself in the experience, because now you're riding on the same vibration as everyone else as well. And I feel like that's kind of what Spirit's advice for you this week is if you're in this feeling of loneliness, you're vibrating at the frequency of loneliness, and so then you'll just be aligning with more that feeling of loneliness. When you connect to the energy of adventure, of passion, of love, more of that energy is what comes in, because now you're vibrating at that frequency. And I really hope that you didn't hear that. Why does my neighbor like to work on his car at night? I don't know. And I hope that's not too annoying. But yeah, like, rev your engines, you know, like allow your mind to put in some work. Rev those engines in your mind. Allow your brain to do more work, to, you know, get more creative and imaginative and fantasize a little bit. You know, allow yourself to, you know, I'm especially with these cards here, you know, I'm definitely getting heavy like Little Mermaid energy, you know, like cartoons and, you know, fairy tales and fantasies and action, adventure. That all can come from reading too, and you can teach yourself to vibrate at that energy as well. So that's what I see. That's amazing. That's really cool. And it'll help you get out of this mental prison, because your mind is occupado. It is occupied. Get yourself a good book. And I would say, if you don't know any good books, I don't have any resources. But of course, you know, if you don't like books, there's also Audibles. those audiobooks, so you don't have to read, you can just listen to it if that's more your speed. But it's, to me, I feel like there's nothing better than like an actual like a page turner, you know, you're into, it feels more interactive that way. But yeah, up to you. We're gonna close with the charms, so let's go ahead and do that. I am going to be using the diagram here as well. What is the energy incoming for water signs? Incoming energy for water signs this week. Ooh, a lot of things. So we have the letter O in the self. We have this moon charm here, which to me feels like, I mean, ooh, look at that. They look the same. Immutable moon. So that's what I was thinking too, is like that, you know, the moon goes in cycles, and the circle reminds me of like a full moon, kind of like things going in full circle. And in your life, it's always a journey. Like phases come and go, things come and go in phases, loneliness comes and goes in phases, and recognizing that loneliness is not set in stone, all waves settle, and then each moon has its full phase. And with this bird charm here, I feel like this is definitely all about like letting your wings fly and seeing things from a higher perspective, because when a bird's eye view sees things a lot differently from how you're seeing things, right? So if, say you're this little O, right, and all you see are these four walls and you don't see very much from that perspective, this bird comes swooping in and it's like, ooh, I see all the plans of your life. You don't see it yet, but you're not alone, see? So there's that. We also have this charm, the star charm. Oh my gosh, the star charm, which also reminds me of the star card. I like that. So more of that feeling of hope and abundance and renewal and rejuvenation. We also have the letter J, or is it a T? Oh, it's a letter T. It's like a lowercase t. That's interesting. So this was here. We also have the letter H. So this could be initials, or it could be, excuse me, but that's hot. To quote Miss Paris Hilton, I guess. But we also have the number 14. Then the 14 is also, it could signify days, or it just could be a synchronistic number, reducing that down to 5. That could be... Also, the number 14 is represented by the Temperance card, which Temperance is all about, you know, harmonious energy, a balance of give and take. And I feel like with friends, perhaps there's more harmony in terms of your friend group and your tribe and the people that you connect very closely with. We also have this little cat charm, and she's so cute. And the cat often represents like independence. I mean, cats do their own thing, you know, like dogs are just love you unconditionally, but for cats you need to earn their love. You need to earn their trust. So I feel like with this energy, especially in the love area, perhaps maybe, you know, you're getting familiar with someone, like this King and Queen of Cups here, you know, perhaps it's allowing yourself to live independently, but it is recognizing you are your own person, but you can still seek love as well. Right? You can still unlock certain doors, certain opportunities in terms of connection and love. And there's also the seahorse charm, which there is a tarot deck that I own where the seahorse is illustrated as the lovers. So more of that like loving energy here. That's so cool. And then we have this this charm, which is like a pearl with a crown on top. So I'm seeing this as definitely like that, this Queen of, like the Queen of Cups energy, because there's a crown here, but also just in the sense that, you know, give yourself the same amount of love that you would give others. Treat yourself as a pearl. You're like this queen, and you're like this precious gem, and that you should allow yourself to feel the same love that you want to give other people into other situations. So that's what I see here. Oh, and the number 16. 16, again, it could be numbers. It could be, like, you can reduce this down to 7. And so 5 and 7s may be significant. Yeah, 8s could also be very significant too, because we have 2 8s here. So synchronistic numbers may be popping up that can confirm this reading for you, but I'm gonna zoom this in so you can see that, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the reading here. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if this reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, I hope that this brought you some clarity and some insight for the week ahead. I hope that I didn't sound too jumbled in my words and my thoughts. I do apologize. I'm working through it. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it, you know, brought some good insight for you. And I hope you have a great week ahead. And I do hope that you come back and see me again in another reading. Okay? Take care, water signs. Bye.